Black key strap key, meet the plug.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's popping? What's good? You already know the vibes. You know it is that time when I got somebody on the other side of this camera chopping it up with me. It's a special Meet the Plug Media Pass interview, and I would definitely like you to give a round of applause to my guest today. I'm gonna say this about what I know. Super fire artist, super dope individual, period, just in the community doing some great things. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to my guy, Fo Montana. What's popping?
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I appreciate you. I had to get some round of applause, man. You're doing a lot of things out there. And we'll touch base on all of them. But tell everybody, where you're from, give us some background, kind of, let us know what brings you here today.
So pretty much I'm from North Carolina, Gastonia, North Carolina. It's like 30 minutes outside of Charlotte.
Okay.
Right now I'm back and forth between here and Houston. So
Okay.
I got stuff in Houston and I got stuff here. My kids live in Gastonia in the area.
Okay.
So that's a real big important part of my life. So I feel if I had to go sacrifice myself a little bit out of state, I still got to sacrifice time here as well. So
I love
um,
I love
come
it.
back a lot.
How
And
do you balance? Because like you got family, you got your dreams, your goals, your business. Like, how is that balancing all of this?
uh, putting God first.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? Like letting him order my steps and understand where I'm going. And like I understand the goal. So sometimes I might miss, I don't get the 8 hours, I might just get 3. And I have to just, deal with that. But as long as I'm showing up for my people and I'm showing up for myself, I'll be fine.
I love it. I love it. So, I guess let's start first. I mean, we're gonna talk about your music. So, tell everyone like what really got you into it, like how long you've been doing music, and really what got you to do it, what inspired you.
So my whole family do music. Like my grandmother's an amazing singer.
Okay,
Mom sings, my sister sings, like my whole family does music.
that's fire.
And I just felt like, when I got to an age and life was just not going the way I thought it should go, I
Okay,
just started writing down my feelings and stuff, and it actually translated into music. And when I figured I can do it, I said, you know what, I want to be the first at my family to take it to a different level. So
okay.
that's what
How
really
how they
motivated me.
all responding to like all the accolades and things that you're doing? I know everybody got to be proud.
Oh yeah, they be happy, like when I first hit the radio, I'm pounding the 8 down this way. Yo, my mom, they couldn't stop crying because it's like, somebody really making a way. And they really happy. And my mom be like all the time, like, I just I can't believe I had you. Like, it's wild. And I was like, wow, you had me. My mom's smart, she's intelligent. So, you
That's
know, they're very supportive. Like pretty much any show that I feel is safe enough for them to be at, they always come.
Okay. That's smart. That's smart. You seem very strategic with how you move, which I thought was very impressive.
Yeah.
So with the type of music that you do and the type of work that you do in the community, how do you navigate that too? You know what I mean? Like there could be stigmas because we expressing ourselves in certain ways in our music,
Yeah.
but we are complicated people, we human
Yeah,
beings,
we are.
right? So how do you navigate through that space?
So I think pretty much like I always try to stay away. We all have a path for how we get to where we're going,
Mhm.
and we all get our money have a way. I always try to stay away from talking about that stuff in music. So whenever I do go to talk to the kids and stuff, they can never say I'm a hypocrite.
Yeah,
What I done in my past is what I done done. That's what I'm saying, but that's not for me to go praise and put out there.
love
So
that. I
so
love.
I'm pretty, I make feel good music. I got some. I might say like a little line here and there, like I'm stepping on this, and because at the end of the day, a lot of people doubted me, so they deserve to get stepped on.
I know that's right.
Yeah. So,
I
so
know.
I mean, other than that, I don't. I try not to promote no real violence in no music. Like, I really try to make music for women, like the women's
Yeah, I
ears.
was gonna say you got some good vibes though. I mean, we're gonna get into the way with the money track. You
Yeah.
got some good vibes. So kind of tell me like what's your creative process when you making these records?
So when I first started, I would always pressure myself because I was overthinking the music, and
Mm.
I would like, they ain't hard enough. Because I would always listen to like my favorite artists, but like, nah, J. Cole wouldn't have said this, or Black wouldn't have said that, and I would stress myself out to the point I only want to go to the studio.
Man.
So lately, well, I went through a period. like 2 years ago where I really got depressed. I took everything off the internet. I was suffering mentally, and
Okay.
I just, I was like, I ain't doing it no more.
Yeah.
But I grew over that time, and then when I do the music, I allow the music just to speak to me. Right now, I'm not listening to no new music, no artists on the radio. I'm not listening to nobody because I'm working on the second project right now, and I have to smoke hookah, and I gotta have 2 candles.
I love that. You get in
Yeah,
your zone.
yeah.
Let's talk about the mental battles that you face, because I know a lot of us, especially in our creative community, we definitely have struggles there. And I know it's a lot of young people who just really don't know, how to escape, or you know what I mean, like how to deal with those. So like, what are some of the things that you did throughout your mental health journey that got you to where you are now?
I think us as creatives, we are very complex.
Mm.
And so our minds are always here. And then we think bigger than where we at. And then because we got bigger dreams. And that's the beauty of being a creative. Like you're not built to be normal. So when
Yeah,
you feel like you're being normal, it messes with you. And so what I did, I got a therapist. I was a therapy.
I love that.
Yeah. But it took a minute for me to understand like I was suffering.
Mm.
But the moment when I realized I was suffering is when my oldest son was like, Daddy, you're not fun anymore. And I was like, okay, something ain't right. Because I've always shown up for my kids and I'm always happy with them. Like, I don't care what's going on. But when my son can recognize something is wrong, I was like, yeah, something wrong. And I just had to go get help. And then when I would got help, it wasn't even what was going on in my life at the moment. It was childhood trauma.
Wow.
It was
I'm a huge advocate for therapy and having an outlet. So that's really huge. And I think that for you to share that with the people, I think that's a great connecting point. I think that speaks to like your character.
yeah.
So when you're going into these, schools and these different in your community, going to these different events, speaking to the kids, like are they getting that message? Like, do you feel like they're more open to the possibilities of being open about their emotions?
Yeah, yeah. So like I don't really post it, but I keep it for like whenever I'm like introducing what I do to like a different platform or a different principal or different school district. I got screenshots to where kids have wrote me and be like, "Hey, I in middle school kids, I stopped doing pills. I still smoke weed a little bit, but I stopped doing pills because of what you said today, or you really motivated me today." So I got all that on my phone. I just never disrespect them by putting it on the internet.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, you can't go inside of school and change everybody's way of thinking. As long as you get two or one, then you done something more than what somebody else done done. So I will never disrespect how open they are with me by putting it on the internet, but I do show it to other programs like, yo, this I might can help you. And I don't never make big promises to people like I'm gonna change the whole way they think. I'm gonna change one person.
There you go. I
So
love
yeah.
that. I love that. So when we and again, we're gonna touch on this record because we got to talk about Way with
Oh
the
yeah,
Money,
facts.
right? We got to talk because that's part to me. That's part of your self care is making sure your bag is good,
Oh
right?
yeah, for sure.
But like with all of the music that you're doing, like who really inspired you to like like I know you come from a family that's really talented, but like what artists out there inspired you to like hop in the studio for real, for real? We always got one.
Uh Back in the day, really it was because the type of music I do right now, I can do anything. Like you go on my Instagram, you see where I really can rap and I can do melodies and stuff. But back in the day, it was Wayne. Like you couldn't like when Carter 3 came out, I played Carter 3 for a year straight. I didn't listen to nothing else. So it was like it was Wayne. This man was so talented. And you listen to his interviews. He started when he was 12 and 11. And he had a deal when he was 14. It's like I listened to him so much, his metaphors, and he could captivate you with just stuff he said. And I really love like Wayne. And then even to go back even further, like and I was staying with my grandmother, the Temptations, like
Oh yes, let's go.
yeah, like Dave Ruffin and then Michael Jackson, but Temptations was my group. You know what I mean? Michael Jackson was like the R&B and Little Wayne just like is was all around.
I love that. Wayne is one of my favorites. Like all the people you mentioned, like legends, but like Wayne to me is just an example of like how you can have longevity. Like we
Yeah.
we grew up with him basically. I know I did at least. You know what I'm saying? So that's super super dope. So for like your music, What legacy do you want to leave with your records? What do you want people to say about you or other artists when you know it's all said and done?
I want to be like, yo, he got this song called Way with the Money, and I listen to that every time I get ready. That came out 7 years ago. But I listen to it every time I want to go get some money. Like I listen to that. Then I got a song that's called Made It that I put out the freestyle. I listen to this because he was really talking conscious rap. Like he was talking about what he done been through. So he's still authentic. Like he
Yeah.
got every lane covered. Like I just did a rock song. Like I want to be able to branch off into like that area as well. Like I want to be well rounded. When somebody speak about me, like it don't matter what was thrown his way, he got on it and he made it happen. Like when I did a track with DaBaby, DaBaby was like, "Yo, I ain't think you was better do this beat because I'm used to hearing you singing." And I was like, "Nah, I do it all." So just leaving like a pretty much a legacy, like of knowing I could do anything.
I love that. I think you on your way. I mean, I shouldn't say I think. I know you on your way.
I
You
appreciate
already
it.
you already in motion, ain't you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you really kicking and moving. So and I connected with you through my uncle. And like when I had the conversation with him and he was kind of showing me like he sent me all the links to like your press and
Mhm.
like all the things that you've done. I was like, man, that's super dope. Just to see that complexity in a hip hop rap artist. So like tell me about this event that's coming up that my uncle's having Juneteenth. We celebrating. That's a
Mhm.
big deal for us, right? So how did you get connected with that?
So I was telling you how I like back and forth between Houston and North Carolina. When my Juneteenth never was like I'm honest, I'm open.
Mhm,
It never
mhm.
was really like a big thing to me until I lived in Texas last year. And Galveston is where Juneteenth originated from, and I lived 30 minutes from Galveston, and
Wow.
I really understood what it was then, and so it just hit different when you understand why it's happening, and
Mhm.
it's really our day. And so when I was in Charlotte, I met this woman named Angie, and we just met on like some spiritual stuff. And I always stay connected with her, like her husband. And she gave me a call. She was like, "Hey, we doing something in York." And my father's side of the family is from York. So I haven't been to York since I was probably 8 years old. So it's been a little minute. So now that everybody knowing I'm coming back that way, it was just big. So when I talked to your uncle, and it was just good vibes. It was he said, I told him like it's a community event. It's a different thing between doing a community event and a show. Like I
Mhm.
got a show on the 25th. I'm going crazy at that show because I believe I got one of the best live performances ever. But when I do a community event, when there's kids involved, I never try to base the event around me being an artist. I base it around me being an advocate of like loving ourselves or who we are as people.
Love that.
So I told him, I don't want to come down to doing a 30-minute set. I want to come down and do 10 minutes worth of songs and do 7 minutes worth of talking because I want to be able to leave a message. Like you might not like my music, but you might like me as a person.
Right, right, right.
And so yeah, I just really connected with him on the phone and what he trying to do. I
Yeah.
believe in it, and he was like, "What it take for me to get you down here?" I said, "It's already been done. Just let
Dang,
me know what
I
time to
love
be
that.
there."
That's
Yeah,
fantastic. That's fantastic. Like shout out to my uncle Mike. Yeah, like shout out
yeah,
to Good Leaf Cigar.
yeah. They
My
dope people.
people.
Dope
I
people.
love it. I love it. So let's talk about this record because I know I started rotating it in my shows and I love it. I think it's a vibe. And it's on our mixtape, Your Prescription. So away with the money. Let's talk about it. What I know, I know the subject matter, but tell me how that song came about.
Uh, so let me see how. When I heard the beat, and then like I just be on the internet like a lot, and I see how men be like Lil Durk with India, you know what I'm saying? And Moneybag Yo with his woman. It's like they only been able to do these things because you can get money, but it's about what you do with it when you get it. And
Mhm.
I believe when you get it, you gotta have a way with it. Like you get a big bag today and lose it tomorrow because you ain't have a way with it. So if I got away with the money and she know I know how to do what I'm doing, she gonna fall in love with the comments because she know they're not really leaving. You can't fall in love with something that's going. You can't fall in love with something you know gonna be going the next day. So that's really where it came from. And my cousin produced the track. So like when I
Oh, okay.
yeah,
That's
everything
fired. I love that beat.
yeah,
That's a vibe.
everything's in the house. So I was like, I was just saying a melody, and I was like, I got away with the money, and he was like, I think I got a melody for that, and we just cooked it up. And it was crazy as I could, I, wr- I wrote the song a year ago, but I just recorded it a month ago.
For real?
Yeah, and it
Okay.
just
You
kind of
you sit on your music like that sometime?
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I just think it's a certain time for everything. Like I can put that song out now because I'm in that place in life where like I'm having my way. But last year I was in a place where I was going through relationship drama. I was going through, like a separation with my kid. Like it's just like a lot of stuff going on. So I had to put out music that I was in that mode where I felt like it was a proper time to promote that for myself. So now I'm at all that dark stuff is like, yo, I'm out here having my way. Like I'm on planes all the time. I dropped the album, but then I actually signed with a management and it got like a little distribution situation. So we took the album off the internet 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So Way with the Money is gonna be the first thing released with them. And I'm just, I'm happy. I'm blessed.
Hey, congratulations on all that, all your work, all the blood, sweat, and tears you putting into this thing, and also congratulations on the impact that you have in our communities because it's important.
Yeah,
I think like just from an observation standpoint, we need more leaders, and our leadership is looking different these days.
yeah,
Times are different, so it just shows like your leadership capabilities too. So, shouts out to you on that.
appreciate it.
Let me have you do this. Tell everybody where they can connect with you because I know this conversation is gonna peak some antennas. People gonna want to tap in with you some more.
uh, you
So
can get me on Instagram is my biggest platform right now. I'm really pushing that. At IV Montana Official. I is in letter I and V is in as violin and Montana and the word official. I'm really on that. I'm tapped into that big. I don't really do any other social media. Twitter is to me toxic. Um, I try to keep my spirit clean. So
I know that's right.
you can't really control what you see on Twitter. So I really stick with Instagram because I control who I follow and what I see.
Yeah.
And then when I go through certain phases, like when I first got back into music, I didn't follow any women, you know,
Why so?
because I wanted to just be like motivated on we men, we love women. You know what I'm saying? So like I didn't want to get on there and like, yo, I'm looking for motivation. And then I see somebody that look like this, like I'm all confused. Let me go look up page. I just started like, nah.
Oh, I
So
got
I had to get my focus all the way together. I'm focused now. So like now I follow the females back. But at one point I was like, yo, I was only following like 20 men. Like I was like, nah.
you got to minimize your distractions.
I
I'm
had to minimize my
hey,
distractions to get where I want to go. So but yeah, definitely tap in with me on Instagram. I post all my shows. I post a different freestyle every Saturday. Like I just dropped one for we got on this interview today.
oh sweet.
Uh,
I'm gonna have to check it out.
yeah, and then my freestyles are never like melody that are really rapping. So I put out melody, sing rap music. But when I do my freestyle, I just show like, yo, just because you think that's what I do, I can still jump. I can get on any beat with anybody, and we can do what it do. So
I love that. That's that workout right there, that exercise.
yeah,
I love it. So let's do this. I want to go ahead on and have you introduce the record so they can get familiar. And anytime you got something going on, just swing back this way. Keep the records in my inbox, and we connected on Instagram too. So like, we tapped in now. Okay.
oh, for sure, for sure. And oh, I got this thing coming up. One more thing for you.
Oh no, go ahead.
This I got this thing coming up because I think this is the biggest part of me right now. It's called 24 Hours of Love. My brother is I got 20 on my beat. He's a big producer. He produced for Baby, Platinum. And his name is 20 and then 4. So we got this thing called 24 Hours of Love. And where we from, our home city, we had I think 7 murders this week.
Mm.
And gun violence. And there's nothing but young black men doing it. And we got together and we came to this concept. We're gonna do a peace rally for 24 hours. And I partnered with the police department in the city, and they're going to allow people to turn in weapons without question. And I'm going to actually go with them to get rid of them, so I know they're not running serial numbers on them. And if we could just get one gun off the streets that 24 hours, then we feel like we accomplished something. So we're doing that in 3 weeks, and we got like the chief of police coming out to talk. That we trying to get the mayor out there. We got big influences in that community that people look up to, and I think it's gonna be way more accepted when it's people that look like the people that's doing it versus like me. I got locks, I got tattoos, I'm an artist, and I got nice stuff. So when they feel and I think when they see it come from us, it's gonna be way more accepted than coming from somebody on the judge stand. because I really tired of seeing mamas cry, tired of seeing young men be carried in boxes. And so 24 Hours of Love, I definitely shoot you details on that. And
Please do.
yeah,
I normally do ask like what you have going on, and it's so crazy. And this interview is all about you, but I just want to tell you how important that event is gonna be. I mean, for the influence, because we just lost my brother on my dad's side, just passed from gun violence, right? A couple of days, like that, yeah, the day before yesterday, and so it is a epidemic, and to see firsthand, like this first time I dealt with something like this, but to see it firsthand, and how it affects, the family and his kids are young. And so it's just, like I said, your leadership, it shows through. So I'm so appreciative of that. Please keep me in the loop on that, because that's a major thing.
yeah.
We gotta have that in our communities.
And I'm sorry to hear that about your family. My prayers and condolences are with you
Thank
guys. And
you. Thank you.
I've been there.
It's tough, and so to have, and like you said, to have people that look like us to influence it, that is huge. I think that's one of the first steps we do need. I could go on a rant in the soapbox all day long about how much representation matters. So it's just good to see you putting that in action. So
Yes, ma'am.
thank you for that. Yeah, man, it's been a great conversation. And like, you got to come back, keep me in the loop.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
We
We
tapped
tapped in.
in. I've stayed in Louisiana for a long time, so I used to go to like Texas a lot. Houston, I got people out there, my DJ groups and stuff. And Houston definitely is one of my favorite spots. I learned the value and the importance of Juneteenth being in the South too, because I'm from Ohio, so we really didn't celebrate Juneteenth. So all of the things you said really, really hit home to me as well. So I appreciate you for, locking in with your girl.
Yo, we for sure you the plug. That's what they say.
I know that's right.
So I know I meet a stranger once, and then if I love them, then we family forever. So
That's exactly how I am. Like, it don't matter who, what, where, when, or why. If you got a good spirit, you got good vibes, I'm gonna be supporting all the way. So just know that. But yeah, let's put them, since we gonna plug them in. Let's plug them into this record, because it's fire. I want you to go ahead and introduce it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, it's a Meet the Plug Media Pass interview. My guy from Montana, do your thing.
yeah, this is my single "Way with the Money," produced by Too Nice. I hope y'all love and enjoy it. It's one of those vibes that you don't really play in the club. You play before you get there. Go get some money.
That's right. Get away with it. It's Meet the Plug. Let's go.
I got away with the money. She fell in love with the commas. I'm driving her crazy, going so dummy the way that we fuck on these honeys. Ice on me and she love it. Price tags don't mean nothing. Came from the bottom, we started with nothing. And now we take trips to the hills, it's nothing. Protect on my wrist, it's nothing. She stay flooded, that pussy, ooh, it's something. But if we fucking, it gotta mean something. We can be fucking.